the joke is always nothing happens in steeple prelims, and then you had back-to-back issues in the women's and then the men's steeple prelims. So I think I'm going to have to stop saying that. Yesterday it was Courtney Frerichs falling. This time it was Sean McGorty losing his shoe. He said someone gave him a flat tire when he went over the water jump, and he did a couple barriers with it half on until he said, I just can't do this anymore. So he actually stopped to put on his shoe. Now, anybody who's tried to put on their shoe mid-race, it's mathematically and physically impossible to do it on the first try. We got the gif of it here too. So for all you who are like, man, why can't he get his shoe on? You try to do that in any race, let alone the Olympic trials. It is so hard because all you're thinking about is do it fast. They're running away. The Olympics are away. They're Olympics. My Olympic dream is I'm losing my Olympic dream because someone stepped on my shoe. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And you're not thinking, okay, if I just undo my laces and take my time, I'll actually be quicker than if I try to rush this. But all you want to do is rush it because this is your nightmare. This is what you wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of February thinking about if you're a distance runner. That and running in quicksand and your legs just stop working with 400 meters to go. But he gets running again, Gordon. And then we have drama, right? Then the whole race turns to, can he get into the top 9? The reason it was top 9 was first 5 fastest plus the next 4. People might have been saying, oh, top 5. But it was very clear those guys got away from him because you saw how long he was stopping there. It was about 9-10 seconds that he was stopping. So he starts taking off and he starts passing people one by one, gets to that final 100, and he closed in 61, faster than anybody in the race. But he gets so close to getting past 2 more guys, Duncan Hamilton and Anthony Rotich, but then he has to go a little kind of wide and loses his momentum, and he's just gassed. He's just gassed at that point. So he finishes 8:25.95. They interview him after, hey, you disappointed? Yeah. And then they just keep him there. Lewis Johnson gives him his chair, which is nice. So Sean McGorty sat in Lewis Johnson's chair to watch the next heat where he needed to not have anybody outside of the top 5 run faster than 8:25.95. We were watching it. We were following along with the splits, and it became clear about halfway through that it wasn't going to happen. And then you have the final word. You know, McGorty says you never know up until the last lap, but it was pretty clear that he was going to make it long before that because that second heat was won in 8:29, so 4 seconds faster than he ran. So talk about survive in advance. This is a guy who could make the Olympic team almost going out because of a shoe issue.
One of the photographic moments was this moment where Jordan Mann, who had the beard, looked like Jesus out there, getting his own baptism right there in the final barrier. You could see he almost had a smirk on his face after falling because he knew oh man, it's like one of those you're kind of laughing and sad at the same time. We just got to smile when you know it isn't going to happen. But Jordan Mann was one of the stories of 2019 or 18, was it? When he had an incredible breakout steeple year. Comes back here in 2021, try to make a team, falls short, but gave all of his effort.
Yeah, and that's the steeple. You know, going for it all on that last barrier, trying to get that big push, and then you fall in. But yeah, so McGorty moves on. I think this is going to be a pretty competitive final here, Gordon. I mean, you got to think Updike and Bohr are going to be in the mix. McGorty will be there, and then Keeter, Furlick, maybe someone like Daniel Michalski. You know, he ran 8:22 today. Alec Basson ran 8:22. A lot of personal bests there in that first heat, the McGorty heat. You said something interesting to me after the first heat when McGorty fell. You said, "Hey, do you think the second heat's going to say, well, let's get this thing going. This is our chance. We can push out one of the favorites in this event, and it'll open up a spot." That requires a lot of organization, though, so they didn't end up doing that. But it would have made sense. It would have made sense if you had a volunteer to really push the pace, because now you let McGorty hang around for another round, and he's gonna probably get one of those 3 spots, or at least be very, very competitive for them.
All I'm saying is, if you look at that second heat, Bernard Ketter, Mason Furlick, Obasa Ali, Brian Barraza, and Jackson Messler. If one of those guys finishes 4th in the final, and McGorty is in the top 3, they're going to think, gosh, why didn't I just run a little bit faster in our heat so that Jordan Cross, who finished sixth in the heat, could have replaced Sean McGorty, and then I would be top 3 instead of finishing 4th. Mm-hmm. I know it's a lot of mental gymnastics to put all like butterfly effecting on the men's steeple, but hey, that's when you need a coach. That's when you need a coach to be like, all right, here's a plan. We have a way to knock out Sean McGorty. Let's go for it. We're gonna go an opening lap of 0.5 seconds faster, because that is the algorithm you need in order to beat an 8:25. This, that, and the other thing. Boom. There goes your Olympic dreams. Anyway, I'm just spitballing here.
Now you're getting pretty wild about it, Gordon, I gotta be honest. Yeah, Jackson Messler makes it, 3-time basket carrier, according to USATF, from Eugene, and he moves on to the final. You look at how fast McGorty ran, though. It would have been hard for someone in that second heat to run that quick. 8:25 is moving for a steeple prelim, right? Like that next guy, Jordan Cross, who was that first one out, I guess you could say, or the next best guy to push him out, would have had to run 10 seconds faster. That would have been ambitious.
Yeah, but you look at, all right, what did Jordan Cross close in? Okay, yeah, he could close in slower. All right, what did Jackson Messler close in? So like the top 4 all kind of closed similar. The top 5 in the second heat closed similar to the people who closed in the first heat. They just happen to have a 10-second buffer from the first 7 laps, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying his PB is 8:30, so he would have had a PB by 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, everyone in that first heat kind of PB'd. So
that's true.
Aston
Good
PB'd,
counterpoint.
Mahoney PB'd. Yeah.
Hamilton lots of PBs.